Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today we're gonna take a look at some wildcard drafts. So if you're interested in using your wildcard in Game Week 7 or Game Week 8, or maybe you just wanna see who are the best players for the next few game weeks, I think that you should stay here. Okay, so this is my first wildcard draft. As you can see, I have two goalkeepers from Brighton, Sanchez and Steele. I still think that Sanchez could offer you great value at that price at least, because the fixtures are not really bad for Brighton. They are gonna play Palace, Arsenal and Norwich in the first three game weeks. So yeah, okay, I know that there are some alternatives if you wanna go someone different like Guaita from Crystal Palace. He could be great, and also Ramsdale could be great value, but with him we are not sure that he's gonna play every game week. So I think that if you wanna be more safe, Sanchez still could be a great option in the future. So yeah, as you can see, this is a 4-4-2 formation with four defenders at the back: Trent, Diaz, Azpilicueta and Rudiger. As you may know, so many people are gonna try to buy Chelsea defenders and City defenders because obviously they offer such great value. And I would suggest you, if you're planning to wildcard in Game Week 7 or 8, you should have at least one defender from Chelsea and one defender from Manchester City. As you can see, Rudiger, I think that he's the most nailed defender from Chelsea, and that's why he's in my draft. Also, he doesn't have many competition on that spot, so yeah, that's why I think that he could be great value. Also, the fixtures from Chelsea, everybody knows, are gonna be just brilliant. Southampton, Brentford, Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley in the next 5 games is just amazing, and I'm pretty sure they are gonna keep so many clean sheets in those games. So yeah, in this draft I have two Chelsea defenders, and with Rudiger and Azpilicueta, I think that Azpilicueta could be pretty good because, as you may know, James is injured, and that way Azpilicueta, we know that he can play as a central back and also as a right back instead of James. So I think that he's more locked in that Chelsea team right now. So if I was to go with a double up from Chelsea, I think that it would be with Rudiger and Azpilicueta, at least in this moment. And also Ruben Diaz, he's the most nailed defender from Manchester City. That's why he's in my team. I think that you should have him if you're wildcarding. Okay, maybe it's not great that he's gonna play against Liverpool away in the Game Week 7, but still in the future, obviously, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna be a great option because City are such a great defensive team, just like Chelsea, and I'm sure that they are gonna keep so many clean sheets in the next few games at least. Also, Trent Alexander-Arnold is in my team too, but that's just a matter of preferences. Maybe you don't wanna have him because they're going to play City, Man United and West Ham in the next 5 games. Obviously not the greatest games for clean sheets, but still I think that Trent Alexander-Arnold is the best defender in FPL right now, and that's why I think that it's a good reason to keep him. And also you have Ben White. The fixtures for Arsenal are pretty good in the next few games, and he's such a great value at that price, 4.5 millions in my opinion at least. And also you can play him in Game Week 7. He's gonna play against Brighton if you don't want to play Ruben Diaz, but still it's your choice. And also in midfield I have Rafinha, Salah, Grealish and Saka. Okay, Douglas Luiz is just a 4.5 million midfielder. He could be anyone. He could be Gilmore or Sissoko or Alan if you want to, but still he's not gonna play. And with Rafinha, you know that I really like him. I think that he's the best midfielder in the game, maybe at that price at least, 6.5 millions. The fixtures for Leeds are gonna be just great in the future. Watford, Southampton, Wolverhampton and Norwich in the next 4 games. So yeah, he could be just great, and I would suggest you to have him in your wildcard. Mohamed Salah, of course, you can't go without him because he's such a great player. He's gonna be a great captaincy option for every week. So yeah, I think that you should still have him. As you can see in this draft, I have a midfielder from Manchester City, Jack Grealish. Okay, I have to say that it's not a must to go with an attacker from Manchester City, but if you want to, I think that Grealish is the best option maybe for you, because obviously at that price, 8 millions, I think that he could offer you great value, and he's also the most nailed midfielder from Manchester City in my opinion at least. He played all the games till now, and okay, maybe he's not that attacking like the likes of Jesus, Foden or Mahrez, but still at that price I think that he could be great. And after the game against Liverpool, they're going to play Burnley, Brighton, Palace and Everton, and we all know that Manchester City is a really good attacking side from the Premier League, and I think that Grealish could offer you some points. Also, I have a midfielder from Arsenal. I have to say that they played really good in the last 3 game weeks, and there are some good options from Arsenal like Smith Rowe and Odegaard, much cheaper than Saka. But the reason why Saka is in my draft is because he's the most nailed midfielder from Arsenal in my opinion at least, and I think that He's so cheap at that price, 6.2 millions, and obviously the fixtures for Arsenal are gonna be just great. Brighton, Palace, Villa, Leicester, and Watford in the next 5 game weeks. It's just great, and I can see easily Saka scoring some points in those games. Also, I have Lukaku and Antonio. Scarlett is just 4.5 million striker, so he's not gonna play anyway. But still, I think that if you're wildcarding in Gaming 7 or 8, Lukaku should be your priority because he's just a great player. He could be on penalties too. The fixtures for Chelsea are gonna be just great, and he's gonna be a great captaincy option, if not the best captaincy option for Gaming 7. So yeah, I think that you should have him in your team for sure. And also, if you have Antonio, I think that you can always keep him because the fixtures are not really bad for Antonio. Okay, I have to say are not great, but still Brentford, Everton, Spurs and Villa are decent fixtures for him. But yeah, if you don't have Antonio, maybe you want to go for the likes of Jimenez or maybe King or Dennis from Watford. So yeah, but now let's see the next one. In the next wildcard draft, as you can see, it's a 3-4-3 formation with Ramsdale in goal, a 4.5 million goalkeeper from Arsenal is just great news. He played the last 3 game weeks, and you can make a case that he's now their first choice goalkeeper, but still will never be pretty sure. And if you want to bring him in your team with your wildcard, it's a risk you take, but still I think that he could be great. Also in defense, I have Alonso, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Cancelo, 3 amazing attacking fullbacks, as you may know. But still, if you don't want to go with them, also Alonso could be Rudiger and Cancelo could be Diaz if you want to be more safe. But still, this is a pretty attacking defense. And also you have some cover with Williams. He's gonna play for Norwich. Okay, he's not gonna get you many clean sheets, but he's gonna play at least. And Livramento, the fixtures for Southampton are gonna be pretty nice. After the game against Chelsea, Leeds, Burnley, Watford, Villa and Norwich in the next 6 games is just amazing. And I just saw him playing against Wolverhampton yesterday, and I have to say that he's an amazing player and he played really good. He almost scored the goal, so I think that he's a great cover for the likes of Alonso and Cancelo, maybe if they are not gonna play every game week. So yeah, you should know that there is a risk obviously with Alonso and Cancelo. Okay, Alonso, they played all the games till now, but there always be a risk. Especially with Manchester City and Alonso, he has some competition with Chilwell, and maybe if he's gonna come back, Alonso is gonna be on the bench, who knows. And also in midfield, I have Rafinha, Salah and Saka like in the previous draft. I think that they are great. And also here you have Sissoko and Sarr. Okay, Sissoko is just a bench fodder, but Sarr could be also great. What I don't like about him is that he's gonna play against Liverpool in game week 8, but still, apart from that, Leeds, Everton, Southampton and Arsenal are pretty good fixtures for him, and we know that he's pretty nailed on that team. He's gonna play 90 minutes every game week, and maybe he could be on penalties, who knows. So yeah, as you can see in attack, I have Danny Ings, Jesus and Lukaku. Okay, Lukaku, I said before, he should be your priority. He should be in your team if you're wildcarding. Okay, with Gabriel Jesus, it's a complete different situation. He's not gonna play every game week for sure, because obviously there is some rotation at Manchester City. But yeah, if you want a good differential, if you want to take a risk, I think that he could be great at that price, 8.6 millions. The fixtures are going to be pretty good after Game Week 7. But of course, you can downgrade him to someone like Jimenez, Pukki, King, or even Antonio if you want to. So that way you can upgrade someone like Sarr and Saka. But the thing is, I think that there aren't many better options than Sarr and Saka at that price bracket. So yeah, also in this draft we have Danny Ings from Aston Villa at that price, 7.9 minutes. I think that he could be also great. The fixtures are gonna turn pretty good for Aston Villa after the game against Spurs, but even that game, it's not as hard as it seems to be. Wolverhampton, Arsenal, West Ham, Southampton, Brighton and Palace till game week 13 is just a brilliant run of fixtures, and he's on penalties. He's the best player from Aston Villa, I think, and if you can hold him with against Spurs, I think that he could be a great, he could offer you great value in the future. Now let's see the next draft. Okay, so next we have a 4-3-3 formation. I think that this is a pretty interesting draft. Here you have Mendy in goal. I have to say that usually I don't like to play with a 6 million goalkeeper. I like to play with a 4.5 million goalkeeper, but if you like to play this way, I think that Mendy could be maybe the best choice for you, because obviously he's a defender from Chelsea and he's gonna play every game. He's gonna get so many clean sheets. So yeah, this draft contain 2 defenders from Chelsea, 2 defenders from City, Cancelo and Diaz, and also you have Trent Alexander-Arnold. So this defense looks pretty amazing, to be honest with you. And I think that Cancelo and Diaz are the best two defenders from Manchester City. Obviously, what I don't like about it is that they're gonna play Liverpool in the next game week, but still we know that Manchester City can keep a clean sheet against anyone, so yeah, it's not impossible for them to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. But yeah, also you have Rudiger, the most nailed defender from Chelsea. So yeah, I really like this defense. Obviously, you can buy Ederson instead of Mendy, so that way you can buy Aspilicueta or Alonso if you want to instead of Cancelo. It's your choice. And in midfield you have Salah and Rafinha. You're gonna play with those two every game week, and then you have to choose one between Smith Rowe and Beumo. I think those two are pretty good picks at that price at least. Also, Douglas Luiz is just 4.5 million midfielder. He's not gonna play anyway, but yeah, if you want to, he's gonna come and score you some points at least. And you have three forwards, Lukaku, Antonio and Jimenez. I think that Jimenez, it's a pretty good option, and that's not just because he scored in the last game week. I said it before. I still think that he's a great option. He's on penalties, and the goals are just gonna come for Raul Jimenez. As you can see, the fixtures are pretty good for them. Newcastle, Villa and Leeds, Everton and Palace are just brilliant fixtures for Wolverhampton, and I'm pretty sure that he's gonna score many points in the future. Now let's see the last one. Okay, so as you can see, this is my last wildcard draft, and I tried to make one with Lukaku and Ronaldo, and it was pretty tough, but I have to admit that I wouldn't recommend you to go with both Lukaku and Ronaldo, because I think that owning just one of them for the next 5 or 6 game weeks maybe it's just enough. But if you wanna go with Ronaldo and Lukaku, I think that this draft could be good for you. Also, you have Rudiger, Christensen and Lukaku from Chelsea, three amazing options. I have to say that Christensen maybe is a rotation issue for him, but still, what I like about him is that James is injured right now, and maybe Aspilicueta is gonna play as a right back, so that frees his spot as a center back. So yeah, that's why he's in my draft. Also, you have Livramento and Armstrong from Southampton. As I said before, the fixtures are gonna be just amazing for Southampton in the next game mix after they are gonna play against Chelsea away. And also with Armstrong, he's on penalties, and I think that he could be a great option as a forward at that price, 6 millions. Also, you have Ben White from Arsenal, one of the best, if not the best defenders in the game at that price, 4.5 millions in my opinion at least. You have Sanchez in goal. Okay, he could be Ramsdale or Guaita if you want to, but I would suggest you to go with Sanchez or Guaita because we already have one defender from Arsenal. Also, you have Cancelo from Manchester City, a really amazing defender. I think that he's the top scorer defender in FPL right now. But of course, he could be Diaz if you want to be more safe. Also, in midfield, you have Mohamed Salah, Rafinha and Sarr. So we're going to play 3-4-3. Also, you need to choose one between Gallagher and Smith Rowe. I have to say that both of them, I think, in my opinion, are great. Could be great value for that price. 5.7 millions for Gallagher. He's taking corners at Crystal Palace. The fixtures are not great. Okay, they're going to play Leicester and Arsenal, but after that, the fixtures are going to be pretty good. And also, I really like how Crystal Palace are playing. They are pretty offensively under Patrick Vieira this season. Also, Smith Rowe is going to be a great option, 5.3 millions. He's so cheap, and obviously there is some rotation with him. We are not sure if he's going to play every game week for sure, but still, he could offer you great value. The fixtures are going to be just amazing for Arsenal. So yeah. Also, if you don't want to, at some point you can play with White or Livramento, so you can play 4-3-3 if you want to play White or Livramento instead of Gallagher and Smith Rowe. So yeah, that's a pretty good strategy. Also, I have to say that Ronaldo, it's not a must sell in Game Week 7. So many people are going to sell him, but still I think that Everton and Leicester are going to be just great fixture for him. And yeah, maybe in Game Week 9 you're going to look to sell him, but until that, I think that Ronaldo is going to be a great option. So yeah, in this draft you have three amazing captaincy options with Salah, Lukaku and Ronaldo, but it's your choice if you want to go with this draft with Ronaldo and Lukaku. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to this channel if you're new around here. It would be really helpful for me, and also please let me know about your opinions in the comments down below. See you next time.